I haven't been really posting much because everything's just chaos. I got COVID, which means I brought COVID into Mom. She's in the hospital. I was finally able to go and visit her, and the staff helped me through some of the end-of-life stuff for her. My partner's coming in from California right into the middle of a snowstorm, so, timing. There's so many little strings to follow. My mom is a university alum and wanted to donate her body to science, which is perfect because, the more we study, the more we know, the more we can treat, the more we can prevent, just straight across. But I couldn't find any paperwork in her stuff. It's like, so the people over at the funeral home, they were able to get a hold of the donation center place at the UW, and they called me. They were able to find her paperwork from 1971. Academic hoarding is a thing. So, but unfortunately, because of the COVID, their policy now is if someone has died within 21 days of diagnosis of COVID, they cannot accept the body. That's fine. It was just a thread to find and weave back in. But had such a Midwest conversation with the dude. The mortician is, yeah, well, I'm sorry we can't accept her body. I mean, she's not dead yet, but yeah. That's hard to face, but realizing your mom's not going to sleep in her own bed ever again. But I was talking with the mortician, and we were doing the back and forth. Yeah, the weather. Oh, travel. Oh, yeah, this, that, the other thing. And after the third whelp, we finally hung up. Oh, and it must be one of those jobs where, yay, we have a cadaver to work on. Oh, we have a cadaver to work on. Because, you only get donations when people die. Yeah. It is not easy facing someone else's mortality, because by facing someone else's mortality, you are facing your own. Straight up. But I have so many people who have stepped forward to help. Even if it's something as simple as telling one person details, and then they're the person who contacts everybody else. Sitting there with my phone with my aunt's number right there, and I couldn't do it, so I messaged my cousin, who then messaged her, and then my aunt called, and I was able to handle about a 10-minute conversation, and then that was it. That was it. We were never really morbid in this house, but death is part of life. Without death, you can't have food. It's a cycle, and you need to have in place everything. You just do, because leaving crap for other people to deal with, I mean, it seems funny. I know who I'm going to leave all my clothing to, and they're going to shit themselves. But yeah, you have to pin down everything before it comes to this point. And because we had talked and she has paperwork and we have plans in place for everything, it is not as difficult as it has been for some people I know. And it's difficult for me. I know that I am having problems, but the weird thing is, because she's been in the hospital, I've actually been sleeping. I'm pretty good on the COVID thing right now. My head hurts, but I think that's because I just haven't had enough caffeine. Not that I can taste the coffee. But when you live, you have to plan to die. And that is weird. But it's not for you, it's for the people who are left behind. Because if you do not have a plan, people you don't know may come in and take your house. People you don't like might have possession of your animals. People who you have not talked to in years may suddenly pop up and go, oh yeah, that's mine. You have to have it down in on paper. You really do. Because just talking with people, it's not enough. You have to say it. You have to have it written down. You have to have it notarized. You have to have it witnessed. Because if you don't, it's not going to go the way the people who are left can handle. So, while I've been recording this, I've gotten messages, you heard the dings. And I think my partner just arrived in Denver. He tried to get a red eye last night, but the closest he could do was 5:30 in the morning out on the West Coast, and he's on his way. Yeah.